Hey, why don't we look at the scenery through the little telescopes they have
All
here?
right.
Look, there's an island over there.
An island?
Yeah. This one wants more coins. Okay.
How did you keep a straight face?
Um, I, you know what? I'm not really sure because I have to say that particular scene, when you're improvising, scenes don't tend to stick with you, especially when we're filming because we're going from one to the next one. That one stuck with me, and then people kept sending me that video, and I truly believe it's like one of the funniest things that's ever been on television, and it's all due to Richard Simmons. He was so committed, and I think for me, when I saw Ryan was starting to go and Wayne was starting to go, that makes me be more resolved to sort of keep things going because I think, well, someone's got to be the adult here. So, and throughout the scene, I was on the edge at times, but I had to keep the scene going. So it's all about great mental powers.
As soon as you grabbed the coconuts, it was all over for the entire, probably the world. As soon as they saw that, it was over. Anyways.
Yeah, they actually they had to cut down the audience reaction to that because it went when I was using Richard as a jet ski. That particular laugh went like for a minute, which doesn't seem that long unless you have someone's head bobbing at your crotch. It seemed like it went forever, but there was no way to keep the scene going because the audience was just going insane. So they, in the final edit, they sort of cut it down a little bit.
Well, we used that as a motivational video yesterday.
Oh dear.
So who's the second funniest person on whose line is it anyways?
Oh, well, that will get me in trouble. I mean, Ryan and I grew up together in Vancouver, so I've known him for, oh my God, almost 50 years now. So we have a lot of history together, and we did Theatre Sports in Vancouver. We did Second City in Toronto together, and he does make me laugh, and I think that was part of the success that the show had was we all found each other very amusing and really enjoyed working with each other. And of course, yeah, Ryan is the one I was probably most relaxed with.
Oh, okay, awesome. So it's been 24 years since Whose Line Is It Anyways? Do you remember the first show and what were you thinking? Did you think it was going to last?
Well, I remember my first show was when it was still filmed in Britain.
Okay.
And I psyched myself out totally and basically sucked. So I thought, well, it's a show in Britain. No one will see it, so it doesn't matter. And then the next year, they were shooting some episodes in New York, and Ryan was a part of the series at that point. He said, you know what, you should give Colin another chance. So they did, and they put me with Ryan, who, of course, I knew well, and it went from there. Then when we did the American version, I guess I felt, at that point, I was 44. So I thought, yeah, if this works, fine. I'm used to things just falling apart and failing. But so I'm just going to enjoy this as long as it goes. And we started off as a summer show and we got great ratings. Then they put us after Drew Carey's show, which was a ratings powerhouse. We did great. Then someone realized how cheap the show was to put on. So they put us up against Friends and Survivor. I don't know if you've heard of those shows, very popular. So we got killed in the ratings every week, but because the show was so cheap, it still made the network money. So they were very happy with us.
So I just remember it was my childhood. We were talking about the Richard Simmons clip, and 20 some odd years later, it's still relevant, it's still hilarious, it's still funny. But I gotta ask, how has comedy changed over the last, ever since you've been in the game?
Yeah, I mean, there are early days of Whose Line that I actually find a little horrifying to me because we, especially in the early years, at times it could be very homophobic, transphobic, misogynist. And I mean, no excuses for that. Uh, it truly was out of like pure ignorance. Like we were going for a laugh. We didn't think, oh, we have just alienated an entire section of the population. We have just hurt the feelings of a part of society, which of course is wrong. So over the years, that certainly has changed, and we're more aware of that. So people are, hopefully, more aware of who they're making fun of. It is, I mean, I know there's a cancel culture right now, and especially at times people seem extremely thin-skinned and very nervous about what's going on. I understand that, but I also feel in comedy we shouldn't be punching down. The people that we should be ridiculing, making fun of, are the people in power, the people who abuse that power. Certainly not people who are just trying to get a voice in the world. So. I think it's changed in that way. No, I don't think it's a bad thing. When I grew up, I would watch these incredibly funny people who, at the time, were what we would think would be limited by they couldn't use dirty language, the sexual content wasn't there. They had to survive on being funny. And sometimes I think with the more freedom you have, the lazier you get with the comedy, and you don't work as hard because you can get a good laugh with a well-timed F-bomb. So if it makes people work a little harder at comedy and sort of raise the level of intelligence, I think that's a good thing.
Who do you like on the comedy scene right now?
Oh, I'm at the age now where names mean nothing to me.
Okay.
Who do I? Well, I mean, all the people like John Oliver, Trevor Noah, those guys amaze me because I don't have that political satire gene in me. I totally appreciate it. It's just something I can't do. So people like that, and a lot of the people I love sort of became a pariah. Like I was a big Louis C.K. fan. And then, he masturbates in a rubber plant. And then it's like, well, now I'm going to have to rethink that. Thanks, Louis. But I certainly thought he was a brilliant stand-up. I love Ron James, a Canadian treasure. His use of language is amazing, and he's a friend, but incredibly funny. One of the funniest human beings I know.
Nice. So let's talk about your show, December 15th at the Living Arts Center in Mississauga, Improv Under Hypnosis with Master Hypnosis Assad Mekki. Is that correct?
Is that the show I'm doing? When's that?
It's December 15th in Mississauga. You better show up.
I am doing a show, but I think it's with Brad Sherwood.
Is it?
That's what happens when you have too many tours going on at the same time.
No, sorry, I might have messed up that thing. So,
I'm pretty sure
December 15th. You're going to be
Brad.
there, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm going to be there, and there'll be some hack with me, so it's all going to be good.
What can people expect?
Depending on who it's with, Brad and I have been touring for 20 years. It's still so much fun. So we like to say it's sort of a live version of Whose Line without the tall guy and the black guy. All the suggestions come from the audience. Everything is totally improvised. We have audience members on stage with us, improvising with us. So we never know what to expect because every show is like an opening and closing of a show. That audience is the only audience who's going to see that particular show. So, I think that's part of the reason why I've been able to do it for so long, because it's still fun for us. We're not like a rock band who has to go out and play our greatest hits over and over again. Every show is great and keeps us interested.
Don't worry, I'll fix the lower third so it says the right name, date, and everything. So
I'm really hoping that I'm right. I'm pretty sure I am right.
Okay. So and sorry, is it kid friendly? I have a kid, so I mean, is it kid friendly?
It is kid friendly because we have a lot of families who come to the show. One of the great things about Whose Line was, people would come up and say, it's the one show I can watch with my kids. There are sometimes the content may be a little not appropriate for them, but it's enough that it goes over their heads and they don't quite realize it till years later in therapy. But we have, Brad and I actually, I guess about 10 years ago, we noticed our audience was getting younger, which is something that really shouldn't happen. We realized it was because of the internet. Kids that weren't born during the Drew Carey days were catching up on YouTube. So we keep, we keep our eye to making it family friendly. Every once in a while, Brad gets rude, but I try to rein him in. You know,
Awesome.
He's American, so he's under a lot of pressure right now.
So I always do a Mississauga quiz because you have to get at least three of them right to actually perform in Mississauga. This is actually a rule that Hazel McCallion gave me.
Okay.
You know who Hazel McCallion is?
Mayor. She was like a mayor for many years.
Okay, first question. How old is she now?
Oh my God. I'm going to say 92.
No, not even close. She's 101.
Well, 92 is close. I mean,
no, not 92 is not close if you're 101.
Oh, after 92, you don't count the years.
Okay. All right, let's start off easy.
First of all, God bless her. God bless her, Hazel.
Yeah, she's amazing. Spell Mississauga.
Mississauga.
Correct. Okay. Name one superstar to come out of Mississauga. Are you
Okay.
frozen? Oh no.
No, that was me. Oh, that's a good trick though, to get more time to think. A superstar from Mississauga. Oh, I'm going to say Jim Cuddy.
I have no idea who that is. Okay. I'll find out that if that's right. Okay. We would have taken Simu Liu. There you go. Okay.
But wait, and is that it? You only had the one?
I got Hazel McCallion.
Oh, that seems like a trick question. Okay.
Name one restaurant in Mississauga.
Okay, I was going to go with Hooters, but
No Hooters in Mississauga. I know that.
Oh, does Tim Hortons count as a restaurant?
I guess it can. All right, you got that one. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well,
What's sad is I've eaten in Mississauga. I've eaten in restaurants there.
You don't remember? Okay. Can you name the main mall in Mississauga?
That would be Sheridan Gardens.
Do you live in California or something? All right. Correct answer, square one.
Oh, I feel I'm not going to be able to do my show in Mississauga.
You still have a couple more chances here. Official name of the airport in Mississauga?
We have an airport? The Lester Pearson Airport?
Okay, we'll take that. That's correct. Who's the mayor of Mississauga currently?
Oh, Crombie.
Yes, correct. Wow. Okay.
Wow, I dug deep for that one. And you know, the only reason I know, sadly, is because I've done a lot of flights lately. And when I come through,
You see your face.
You see all the mayors. And so I've made special, just in case someone's going to ask me one day.
Name the two iconic buildings in Mississauga with a curve in it. I'll give you multiple choice here. A, the Beauties. B, the Towers. C, Marilyn Monroe. D, the Hazel Towers.
I'm going to go with B.
The Towers?
Yeah.
No, Marilyn Monroe.
Really?
Yeah.
Seems like a trick answer.
Yeah. Okay. Last question. Okay. You have to get this right to perform in Mississauga.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
To true or false. So you got 50% chance.
Oh, geez.
Mississauga's population is bigger than Vancouver's population. True or false?
I'm going to go true.
You are true. It is true.
I knew
Mississauga
it would be true because I know you guys like to brag.
you could perform in Mississauga.
Well,
December 15th at the Living Arts Center in Mississauga. So anything else you'd like to say about the show?
It's a fun
That's the end of
show.
my interview.
Yeah, you're not going to get any smarter after watching it, but you'll have a couple of good laughs, which will get, you know, your blood flowing and take years off so you can live as old as Hazel.
Awesome. 101. Colin, thank you so much for letting me interview you.
Oh, thanks for having me.
All right.
I'm going to have
Peace
to
out.
study up on Mississauga now for the next time.
Yeah. Peace out, sir. Okay. Later.